Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to look at the new bow press. This is DeerHunt. It's Chinese. It's an F50. They produce a whole bunch of different bow presses in different models and different things, right? Now, I'm not going to talk about copyright and all that sort of stuff. Not my thing, right? Bow presses vary a lot in price. A lot of people can't afford a $1,000, $2,000 bow press because they're going to change a string once or twice in their life, okay? So you've got the option of a portable bow press or one of the cheap Chinese ones, or you can, if you've got all the money in the world, you can buy one of the expensive bow presses, okay? So, and don't a lot of people go, oh, you should buy, I'm not even going to have the argument because people will just buy on eBay, on Amazon and all that, right? So this bow press is 500 Australian dollars. Okay, that's what I sell it for. And I'm going to guess that's probably what eBay and stuff sells it for. Last chance, I think, is like $1,200. And let's look at what this is like, see how it thinks. Right, so this arm here, it goes into the press. There's no movement, okay, so that's really good. The fingers look good. Here, the other end, here, you got the thing. This moves easy, it moves well. It moves as well as any bow press I've ever used. It's got these little arms here. These arms are to support their bows that are beyond parallel. So often, when a bow is beyond parallel, you need special fingers for it. Now with some bows, like the Matthews, you need special fingers. And Matthews say you can't press the bow unless you have the special fingers. Now those fingers, I think, sell for, in Australia, $265. Now I've got 3 customers who've got this bow. And the problem is, for me to buy a set of fingers, $265, I'm never going to recover my costs because I don't charge anything to press a bow. So therefore I don't have the fingers, so I can't press the bow, so, right? Okay, so let's just discuss how you'd press this bow in this bow. Noting that Matthews say you've got to use the proper fingers. Now, if it was my bow, if it was a bow I sold, and I had to fit a bow, and I had to fit a peep in, and I had to do stuff, then I wouldn't feel bad about using this press, okay? Because the risk is on me. But when it's someone else's bow, and I haven't made any money on it, I'm going to be pressing it for free, I'm not going to take the risk, okay? I'm not going to press the bow. I'm not going to take the risk if I don't have the correct fingers. So it's up to you on whether you press or not. I'm going to show you how you press this bow in this bow press if it's Matthews. Normal bows are easy. So if a bow's not beyond parallel, it's easy. It's just like easy, right? Now you never want to press a bow too much. So what you should always do is wind down the bow before you start. And our bows like the Hoyt Concept, they back off heaps. So do that because you're taking all the pressure off. The more pressure you have to put on those limbs, the more likely you are to crack the limbs, right? So to press a Matthews, you want to move these little fingers here, apart. So try and get in a better spot. So we're moving these apart because Matthews have got wide limbs, right? We're going to push these little fingers using these little screws so they point downwards. Now, one thing you got to watch on a Hoyt, on a Matthews, on a PSE cams with big cams, is to make sure this cam does not touch this little thing down here, because you can dent the cams. It's my worst nightmare that someone's going to press a bow where they're not making any money, and then I'm going to be up for a set of cams. Okay, it scares me because people bring their bows in which they haven't brought from me, and like, can you twist my peep sight? And my staff work on the bow for an hour and they don't charge anything, or they charge $10, so it's cost me $40, and in wages, because that's what it costs in Australia for wages. And I've lost money. I didn't make any money on the sale, and it's like, and I run the risk that they're going to damage the boat. Right, so I've moved these forward. And just check the clearance. You can see the clearance is front. So there's plenty of clearance. So now I can move this in. I really like this press. 500 bucks. I am loving this press for this price. Now I don't know the quality and all that, but it feels really, really good. Now I've never pressed one of these bows before, and this is the first time I'm doing it, and as I normally do my videos, this is done on, it's live. It wasn't, someone just said, how's this bow press? You know, they want to fit a string to their bow. They live in the country and they're like, what's this bow press like? And I'm like, I've got no idea. I've never pressed it before. I've never pulled one out of the box. So I was like, well, I'll do a video. So those fingers are on, right? Now, you've got these little plastic things down here. They stop, and you adjust them. They stop the bow from falling out. Now, on the Matthews, it can't really fall out because you've got these little things for holding them in, but normal bows, they can fall out. But we're just going to move that there. Going to move the other one. Because it just makes me feel better. I don't want a bow falling through. How many times have I pressed a bow and it's falling through? Look, I think once it started to move. I don't press a bow very much. So you can see it's in here now, it's been held. This would be like 1, 2, like it's not even a full turn. And it's starting to get slack now. And right now I start getting scared. When I say I get scared, the people who press bows and just go shh, like many shops do, there is so much pressure in this thing that I'm always careful. Because I don't want to break the bow, because I don't want to, especially if it's customer's bow. This is my bow, so it doesn't really worry me, right? Well, it does, because it's $2,000 odd of a Matthews. So see here, I can get the string loose. So now I can lift the string off. So now I've pressed the Matthews, right? In a $500 bow press. Awesome. So happy about that. That's the hardest bow to press. Pressed it in a Matthews. It's good. I'm like really happy. I think I'll set up one of these in the shop because I'm so impressed. Now, okay, so questions I'd be wanting to ask is why I don't have a last chance bow press, and I did have a last chance bow press. I think, well, there was a couple of issues. One was you've got to buy all the bits individually. Well, you had to before, and the cost was quite high, and again, I don't make any money when I'm pressing bows. If I was charging $50 to press a bow, well, fair enough, right? But I don't. So it's a thing that I'm not making any money on. I'm like, well, it's just a service I provide, right? So it is what it is. So now with the last chance, the bits were quite expensive. I think I had to pay, well, I paid just retail, I think, for last chance. They don't, well, to me, I don't think they did a special thing. Freight was really expensive for America. These fingers, I feel like I had to buy replacement rubber from last chance, and it was really expensive. I'm not having to go because I know they've got a company and they've got to make a living. But now you're competing against the Chinese, and the Chinese stuff is just going to be really affordable. So So anyway, that's that bow press. Now it does come in different models. I'll be doing a review on the other model that I have, but I think they come in about 5 or 6 different models. But it's really, I can't fault it. It's very, very good. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. So if you're looking for a $500 bow press, the F50, amazing thing, amazing. And you can press your Matthews in it, and just be careful when you do it. Like, I didn't wind this out. Should have wound it out. Would have been much easier. Well, I think I was two turns on the dial. But it comes with bolts to bolt it to the bench. Comes with Allen keys. Comes with that to put the handle on. Good thing. Very, very, I'm very impressed. Sometimes I win and sometimes I lose when I buy stuff. This bow press is a winner for me because I didn't know what it's going to be like. This is a super bow press and super cheap. $500, well worth having. I'm Stephen Ham from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. Bye.